right. Kings of None.
All right.
Number 18?
18 or 16?
18 overall.
Yep.
I try to be a little more consistent with knowing how many podcasts we've done, because I'm pretty sure I've messed up a couple. But that's all right.
Right. We're on 16 to 18.
Yeah.
Yep.
16 to 18. We're in the neighborhood.
They're kind of moving by quick now. Almost at 20. Yeah. There we go.
Bigger and better. Onward and upward for Kings of None.
Right.
All right, so
We did The Matrix.
yeah.
Very excited. Love this movie so much. As you know that I named my oldest daughter Trinity.
Right.
That came from The Matrix. I mean, that's special.
That is special. It's a classic.
I couldn't pull naming Sage Neo.
Yeah, it's a little too.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. You
So,
can't.
I mean, that's obnoxious, right? Trinity Neo.
Trinity and Neo. Yeah, that's like a one. You can only cash that in once.
Right.
Otherwise, you start looking weird.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, no, you can't.
kids wearing trench coats.
That's too far.
Type of
Yeah,
black
that's too
leather.
far. You're right. Good call. Good call. one kid per movie. Right, because even Sage is St. Francis, St. Francis, right? So
another from another
I like it.
entertainment type thing that I was into.
Yep. That's good though.
Did you pull any of your kids' names from from the Bible? So
Yeah.
it's hard to top that.
Elijah and Gideon. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liam's the fourth, and then
Right.
Alana we just made up. That's really all that happened there.
You use your mind instead of copying a movie.
Because we would spell it different. Like the normal Alana's A-L-A-N-A.
There's E, right?
We went with the E-L-L-A-N-N-A.
Okay. All right.
So we had to make it weird enough that she wouldn't be Elaine. I don't like no Elaine.
Right, because I was just thinking
Still gonna be Elana.
Curls and Jerry's friend. Hey, Elaine. Yeah.
So yeah. Yep, no movie names for me. Not yet. You
Not
never
yet.
know. You never know.
Yeah.
And changes can happen. Because it's funny. I've always thought it was funny. It's something I was thinking about. How our circumstances are super similar. We both have 4 kids.
Right.
Both work at the paper. Both go to the same church. Both have all these things in common.
Right.
Which obviously some are changing now, but more kids could be a thing too. So.
Right, you mean just you're re-upping is what I'm saying. That's what I did too. You know.
Right.
It's funny watching this movie. There was a part we were talking about last night where the characters can download information into their brain.
Right.
Neo just learns how to fight all the martial arts in like one sitting.
Yeah, he knows kung fu. What?
Right, jiu-jitsu, all that, you know. And I was thinking one of the things I wanted to be able to just download instantly in my brain was how to deal with kids. Imagine if you had that as instantly. You know what I mean?
You want a parenting download?
Right. All the information, boom, right into your brain. Yeah. I know kids.
I know. I'm afraid of. I know you said before with your recent pair. I think you go in pairs. That's a smart move. 4 is not 4 once is too many. They outnumber you. Keep the numbers down.
That's hilarious to me.
But it's true.
We're fine till we're outnumbered.
You're fine. Exactly. Can't only so many eyes and hands. But yeah, you like forgot.
I did.
How to do stuff.
I really did. I don't
like the sound of that.
The thing is, like, I don't know how I got through it the first time around. How did I do that? You know what I mean? Because now I'm 40 years old and I feel completely unprepared, inadequate. Like, man.
Right. Yeah, the two you just went with it. What?
Right. I mean, ignorance is bliss. I don't know. Or
22, 20.
Right, 22, 23.
That's fine. Let's just do this thing.
Just a kid, right?
Right.
Now, how hard can it be?
You worry about too much now. You're old.
I think that's what it is.
That's what it is. You didn't care then.
Right. Your brain don't work no more.
Right. Now, you're like, wait. You're like trying to do 20-something-year-old things when you're 40. It's not when you're supposed to.
No. So,
I had that to look forward to as well. But we'll see.
Yeah.
think my knowledge is being banked on to be good, so I hopefully have some good recall.
Your knowledge is good, but remember, your knowledge is now knowledge.
I know.
You know how to deal with like 10 and up. 2 and under is
2 and under.
there's no rationality to it. There's so much craziness. So how do you? There's no format for dealing with it.
So yes, I would prefer one of these parenting downloads as well.
I mean, that was cool though. To plug that thing in the back of the neck and just, he knows everything.
Right.
There was a point also in the movie where Trinity needed to fly the helicopter.
She's like, hold on.
Right.
Hook me up with a helicopter program.
Just like that. Boom.
Let's go.
You did. I mean, how is that even safe for your brain? Can you just
Evidently.
think? I mean, how could
Your brain's a computer. What?
I'm trying to think this whole thing through. I mean, you can't just shove stuff.
So, okay, they don't. I guess they don't explain it. Does your brain have a storage capacity? Because why does Trinity not already know how to fly a helicopter?
Right.
Isn't that part of the standard? Know how to drive everything.
Right.
They're always on the run, so you would think
that helicopter would be key.
Yeah,
Plane,
you need
train.
to know how to fly, drive,
right,
everything.
It's a good point. She never thought of. Nobody ever thought, hey,
all transportation, all weapons, all fighting. You need all of that.
What else doesn't she know that she should know? You know what I mean?
Right. What else are you missing?
That was a big one. It's a good point.
Helicopters.
There's very few moments of that movie where I question things, but that's one of them. She should have known that.
She just never needed it before.
Right.
I guess. They don't have access to helicopters. I guess they got that cool old car that they hide somewhere.
Right. Yeah, that was an old car. The black one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long and black and very conspicuous. It doesn't really hide well.
Oh, there goes the Matrix people again. Just
They're out in their
paint Matrix
60-year-old car
the
again.
Matrix mobile.
They're hiding at car shows or something. I don't. But Matrix mobile. License plates Morpheus. Don't even try to hide.
Morpheus.
It's us. Here we go. All these people in black trench coats.
Right,
and
a lot of
sunglasses
black
all the time.
leather and trench coats and
Leather and latex. A lot of latex.
Wait, I'm trying to remember 1999.
Trinity really wears like a raincoat.
Yeah, it was super shiny looking. Yeah, she was.
But that's fine. It's okay. I'm not faulting her for it.
Yeah, I felt like the soundtrack could have been done by like 9 Inch Nails or something, or I don't know, one of those type of. What is it? Like industrial type music.
Industrial, yeah. Because they do in the club.
That's Rob Zombie, right?
Is it Rob Zombie? It's either Rob Zombie or Power Man 5000. It's probably Rob Zombie, because that's his brother. Cousin.
Okay, so maybe, yeah.
It's one of those two, though.
Right, that sound.
The same kind of, Rob Zombie's a little more metal, and Power Man 5000 is a little more industrial. I don't know which one it is, but yeah.
Right. And
other than, I don't know. I felt like whenever I was watching something, it was a cut up version. Yeah. Well, you were there, but that's not the same. They added their own music. That was different because I didn't hear whatever song that was when I watched it.
Oh, really?
The actual movie.
So that was for that clip that you had?
Because they
all right,
crunched the whole movie down to a half hour.
But they was still kind of spot on. That was like, they know that's the type of movie it was.
Yeah.
Right, you weren't going to have like some, do you want pina colada? Somebody going through this movie. That wouldn't fit. Right?
No, they made an attempt. I think I recognize that's not the right song. That's not what happens here.
Who does that song? Do you like pina coladas? I don't know why.
Getting caught in the rain. Right down.
Can't put that while they were in black leather.
Do you love making love me?
How hilarious would that be, though?
That's what comes on. I want to see that comes on, and they'll just kind of look at each other like, what is going on right now? That's in the next one that they make. How many of them are there?
There's 3.
There's 3 of them?
Yeah.
And I've only ever seen this one, the first one.
Okay. So I'll have to clue you in a little bit on the other 2 because they kind of tie in. When you watch all 3 of them and you rewatch the first one, It's just
You
like
see
any
how
other
it-
series that
you
you
see
can
how it
see
got
things that
tied.
lead up to it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so it's good. But so this movie came out when 1999,
99, yes, sir.
and I did notice when I was looking at the comments about this movie that it came out during Easter time too.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, right around Easter time. It was the biggest Easter opening ever.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Try to keep everything unconventional.
Right.
The, what is it? Wachowski brothers?
yeah.
The brothers?
But I wonder if that was
Twins.
planned because there seems to be a good amount of Christian symbolism throughout the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even and you said you didn't see the final one, but in the
Right.
final one, he dies, and they carry him out like this, like he's on a cross.
Cross style.
Right, a cross style, right. People can't see it, but I have my arms
Right.
spread out wide. They're going across. They forget we're not on video. But but right.
Okay.
But he gives himself too. He
Yeah.
gives it his life for humans and for the machines for that part. So are you familiar with how it ended at all?
No, I don't know anything about it.
So it turns out Mr. Smith is, so you know how they're computer programs?
Yes.
Mr. Smith has actually become a computer virus.
Okay.
And he threatens not only humans, but the machines
both
too.
sides.
The
Because right, he says in this one he's sick of
right, he wants to get out.
sick of both sides. He's sick of
Right.
Yeah, he's sick of dealing with it.
Sick of the world.
people. He's sick of all.
Right. Which is
People are what does he call them?
a virus.
They're a virus,
I
yeah.
love that. When he
Yeah.
breaks that down, he's kind of right though,
Right.
right?
They're not
That-
mammals.
Right.
They're a virus.
Right. Everything else has an equilibrium with its,
Right.
habitat.
Except people
Right. You guys just
take everything
and
Yeah.
go. Right. True.
True.
Right. We're a virus. Right. So when I looked back on that, you could see, he doesn't want to be a part of what's going on.
Right.
Who's the actor's name again? He's really
Hugo
good.
Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. All right. He was also in Lord of the Rings, right?
Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Right. V for Vendetta.
Yep.
Yep.
Which I think is also the Wachowskis.
Okay.
I think.
I could see that in that movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say I don't know what. Because they wrote and they did everything in this. This
Yeah.
was their baby, right? The Matrix. So I don't know what they did for V for Vendetta, but they're part of it.
Right.
Because that's a comic, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
if they adapted it. Because I know the Matrix was originally written as a comic.
Oh, it
The
was?
origin of it. They wrote for Marvel.
I think it was funny because it had a comic book type feel to
Yeah.
it.
I don't know what
the
they wrote
action,
for Marvel, but I know
yeah.
they wrote for Marvel, the Wachowskis.
Right. So yeah, they had the Christian symbolism. Neo is the one. I mean,
Right.
there's little things that go on throughout the whole movie.
Neo's an anagram for one.
Right. And I don't even know what anagram means.
It just means
Exactly.
that you change the order of
Okay.
letters, the letters.
Okay.
It's the same letters in different order
Right.
to make a word.
I mean, there was a part even before Neo became really Neo, and he was still in the office. Remember, he shows up late to work, and then
Yeah.
his boss is like, for some reason you believe that you are special, that somehow the rules don't
rules
apply
don't
to you.
apply. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of like Jesus.
Right.
Kind of to buck the system type of thing. But, it's cool. So much to love about that movie. It really is. The action, just the whole, I love the story of it. Man, it's just so great.
Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah, I'm not. I understand you're a big fan, and not that I don't like the Matrix. I mean, but yeah, no. So I've seen it enough times to remember it, but I did see some things watching it again. That it is really good. And so it's what you said 99. Right?
99.
So it's almost 20 years old. So it holds up
Right,
pretty
it
well.
holds up.
Yeah.
So during that time, it was kind of groundbreaking, right? The stuff they were doing
A lot of the effects. I know it won 4 Academy Awards
for the special effects.
for either sound or visual effects. Yeah,
Wow.
all 4 of them were for effects or effects editing. But yeah,
That's wild.
and I know that the slow motion bullet thing is
Right.
It's in a million movies now
Right. But
in some form or fashion, either arrows or you see a lot with arrows too.
Right.
Arrows, bullets, all that.
Yeah.
It was for they did that. That's their
Right.
thing.
I wonder how much money they spent on it. Did you happen to see that or
What on the
budget on?
the budget for the
Yeah.
Matrix? I do know the budget for the Matrix. $63 million.
No,
was the budget.
that doesn't sound as much as I thought it would be.
Right. The box office, 460.5 million
Whew,
worldwide.
that's good.
So, yes, pretty good. So, yeah, 4 Oscars. Best visual effects, best film editing, best sound effect editing. So,
Yeah.
Good.
Legit.
And
So maybe-
definitely 20 years ago, I mean, those effects would still look good.
Right.
There's not even watching it, there's not a lot that are, I mean, that you could do better.
No.
It's pretty spot on, yeah.
Shit. I mean, even the little things when they're fighting. Like, there was a point when he was fighting Agent Smith in the train
Yep.
station or whatever it was, and he gets up and shakes the dust off his body. Like, this is cool.
It just looks cool.
Right.
Everything
Mhm.
they do is to look
Right.
cool. Yeah.
He's fighting and, like, Mr. Smith stops his punch, and then Neo points his hand out and...
The next
And yeah, I'm like, yeah, he's got skills like that. Like, that's awesome. You know?
throat punch skills.
Right.
I respect throat punch skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I know, yeah, there are a lot of little things. And I know, I do know just from reading nerdy stuff about it, when he's training with Morpheus the first time when they fight, and he does the nose wipe.
Yeah, yeah. Is that from
It's Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, right?
But
Yeah, yeah.
Keanu Reeves did it, like he ad-libbed that. And
Okay.
kept it.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Right. Right. I mean,
That was cool.
during that scene, he acted well. I felt like, because you could almost see like his hands had a mind of its own. Like he was
Yeah.
new to the skills that he had just learned.
Yeah, I learned an interesting thing also. Keanu Reeves had surgical spine surgery prior to the
Holy smokes!
movie, which is why he doesn't kick a lot.
Huh?
So
That's true. He doesn't kick a lot.
He doesn't kick a lot.
right,
And when he
right.
does, it doesn't look.
It looks
fantastic.
clunky. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, he was.
Spine surgery, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't research. I don't know why. So
Right.
I don't know. It was before the movie.
Right. Because he still had to be in his early 30s then, right?
But he
looked
had
young.
to wear. Yeah. 20 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He had to wear. He was in like a neck brace all throughout training for the because they trained for. Crap! I had it too. Might as well get it right since I have it. Yeah, they trained for 6 months to learn all the fighting and all the.
6 months.
Yeah.
That's pretty extensive. Yeah. But they had to, because they had to know what every martial art looked like, right?
At least a piece.
Right.
To
Yeah,
fake it.
To fake it, yeah.
Because they constantly are changing stances to show that they know all the different.
Right. Yeah.
Some of them look
Yeah, you
silly,
know, so-
but it's still cool. Just to show the variety.
Right.
I get
right.
it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like all their. I like when movies use different styles. You see people using it, like Mr.
Right.
Smith style is. It's all just power,
Right.
like
brute
It's
force.
all brute, yeah.
Right. Right.
It just looks
a little
cool.
stronger,
It
a little
shows,
faster.
yeah.
Right.
But I like seeing that. You know,
Right.
you get how they operate. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
The scene that really stood out more than anything else too is the when they are gonna storm the tower type of scene when they walk through the metal detectors,
Yeah.
right? And he opens up his jacket and the guy sees the guns. Right, so there's thousands of rounds everywhere,
Right.
just littered the whole lobby. The pillars are like
Everything's
crumbling,
broken.
and then they just calmly get onto the elevator and. Ching.
They just keep dropping guns as they go.
Right. Yeah.
I know that. You know, they show them they get on the elevator and it closes and then that piece falls off that wasn't planned, but they
no.
kept it because it worked.
Yeah, that does work. That's cool. That wasn't even planned? That's awesome.
It was just supposed to end, like show the destruction for another second.
Right.
But that felt, and I don't know.
That's perfect.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I would have thought for
But
sure that
I
was
do
planned.
like how they do everything looks cool, and I mean that's by design. But
Right. It's supposed to be a cool looking
Right.
movie.
Everything
right?
about it is supposed
Yeah.
to be cool looking.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
So,
all the stuff.
so as the series goes on, I don't feel like the other movies was as cool as the first one,
Okay.
but they're good. You know what I mean? Like the
They're all
story.
good.
The story really do. I feel like the story gets better. You know.
Yeah.
You know, really, because at the end of the Matrix is when he flies away for the first time. Remember, he flies when he leaves the telephone booth.
Yeah.
And that's really where the Neo story really picks up. Where that's who he is. You know.
Right.
His coming out party. And then they had the cool Rage Against the Machine music playing. Right.
Yep.
It's awesome. But yeah, the Matrix. I'm trying to think what else. So the last two movies, the way it ties into the first one is like I said, there's the Christian symbolism. Agent Smith was a virus.
Yeah.
And the machines don't know what to do with them.
Right, he's an issue for everybody.
Right. He threatens everything.
Yeah.
He figures out how to get outside of the Matrix without the machine's help. That becomes a thing. And then, so Neo offers his services, you know, let my people go, stop, you know, attacking the humans, we'll call it truce and call this even, I'll take out Mr. Smith kind of thing. But it ends up being Neo has to give his life to do it. His powers end up extending outside into the real world.
Oh, yeah.
Some kind of way. That's the one thing that might have bothered me a little bit about the series. Is he's doing everything in the Matrix, and that's cool, but
right.
He ends
not real.
Right, but somehow he ends up being able to make his powers go into
translate in the real world too.
Yeah, and it's like okay, they're almost done.
Okay,
I'll let that one slip.
You guys needed something for the last one. I get it.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah. Now the Oracle.
Yep.
When you first watched it, if you can remember, did it strike you? Were you kind of like surprised when you saw who the Oracle was the first time? That it was older African American lady.
African American.
Did you in your mind just picture someone else? Because at first I was a little surprised, but then when I thought about it, it makes sense because I feel like more older black ladies are very wise.
Are wise, right? Yeah.
But I mean, when I thought of Oracle, I just thought of a wizard almost too, like some guy with a beard and he's just very like, you know what I mean?
Or like a fortune teller, or
weird and cryptic and stuff. Yeah.
No, I thought, no, but she was cool. But that, you're right, like what you're saying. But she was perfect. I mean, more that she's sitting in the kitchen smoking and baking cookies is weird.
Right.
But otherwise, she's cool.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's good. I don't know. I don't remember what I expected, I guess.
Yeah. And they had the little kid in there with the bald head who was bending the spoon.
Bending the spoons.
Why aren't you getting that kid to help you out? I mean,
well, they were all
her
candidates,
kids,
right?
Right, candidates for the one.
Yeah.
Some did like that.
Because the other one's juggling the blocks in the air with her mind, right?
Yeah. Now Neo, he bends the spoon too, right?
Yeah, right away.
Right. So I mean,
Neo is the one.
He's beginning to know his powers.
Right.
Yeah.
But he gets that meeting with that kid helps him out because what is it he tells him that
remember that it's not the
you're not bending the spoon, you're bending.
But rather you that moves. Wait, no. The spoon is not there.
Yeah, that there isn't a spoon or whatever.
Right. It's not the spoon that moves, but remember, there's no spoon at all or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because then when he's on top of the elevator with Trinity and they're going to shoot to make the elevator fall so they go up, that's what he says. The spoon's not... He says it again, and then he shoots the thing.
Right, so
that helped him... Which everything he went to the Oracle, it's just like what Morpheus and they'll say, you know, she told him what he needed to hear. Like everything he learned there was what he needed to hear from even from the kid.
Right, the whole experience. I didn't think about it like that.
Was necessary to she's trying to get him to believe. Once he believes, then the power becomes real, which is how like voodoo works. I know.
Okay.
Or the idea of it is,
I see.
If you don't believe it, it can't mess with you.
Right.
But if you believe it, it can have power.
Right, because that becomes it's like speaking things into the world type of thing. You know, there's power in your words.
I know that's a thing from other movies. I can't think of that movie though. It wasn't very good, that's why I don't remember. But I did pull that nugget of information out of it.
When Morpheus says there's a difference between knowing the path and walking it. Is that pulled from somewhere around the Bible too? I feel like there's something along those lines somewhere in the Bible. Right?
I mean, right. I feel like that it's like straddles all kinds of philosophy. Like it takes
right,
all kinds of different philosophies and just uses it all to make it the Matrix. Which
right. I mean, I think
cool. Like I don't know that they're.
I think I told somebody one time that line, thinking that it was from the Bible, but it was really from the Matrix.
It's from the Bible.
Right, I know I've read it someplace in the Old Testament. There's a difference between knowing the past.
It's in Isaiah.
It's quoting Morpheus. That's what I said.
I don't know.
Sorry, so
I'm sure there's something.
They're pulling stuff from all kinds of different.
I feel like they were.
Yeah.
But you definitely. I mean, I think, or maybe we're just more attuned to look for the Christian symbols.
Right.
But
I think that's probably it too.
But definitely, I mean, they definitely are still using it. It doesn't make it wrong.
Right.
I don't think it's strictly. I don't think it's one of those like it's secretly a Christian movement. We fooled you. Like,
right. I don't think
people try to do that sometimes.
No, I wouldn't go that far, right? Yeah.
Like I don't think it's.
There's a ton of killing in it for sure.
But I don't think it's strictly this Christian mess. But you can see the elements, like you're saying.
So they have no problem though. The Matrix team, they have no problem killing other humans in it.
That's fine.
But you know what I mean? Like they're killing other humans. They're dying in their little pods in the real world, right? I saw them do it a few times. Yeah. Like all those guards in the lobby scene.
Yeah.
Those are all humans. They weren't the agents.
I know, but they're not unplugged. Does that matter?
But he said if you die in the Matrix, you die in the real world, right? That was the thing.
For them? I don't know. Is it for them because they're not in the pods?
It's for everyone, I think.
Or I guess they would die too, though.
Yeah. Because you believe you're dead because they think they're...
Because the machines don't care.
Right, the machines don't care. They're all expendable.
They just use you. They just melt you down and feed you the next kids with you.
Right. Is that also a thing too? Can you? Is there really bioelectricity or something they said in humans?
I don't know.
I hope so. That's cool.
I hope so.
All right. I always any way I can tie myself into being like a robot or anything like that is cool. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So one of my things we talked about before is I always not wanted but thought I might lose a finger or a hand or something. If it was to happen, I was hoping that I would get some kind of cyborg or metal type of thing, right?
Some kind of replacement, yeah.
But then I was talking to Sage about this the other day, and he said, well, a lot of times they just take skin from your butt or something and grab it, so you'd have like a weird looking thumb or finger, whatever. So I was like, that'd be horrible.
That's not what I want.
No, instead of a cool cyborg finger, you have a little weird.
You have a robot finger, I can have
butt thumb or something.
Yeah, no, you don't want a butt thumb.
No.
You want a robot thumb.
Right.
You have a robot thumb I can have.
Just a thumb.
You don't take anything else from me.
I just want to be able to hold my pencil like unbelievably hard, you know?
I want it to be breaking all the time, like I don't know my own robot strength. I like that.
Right. So.
But I think Sage is right though.
Yeah, that's what they do. It's not as cool as I thought it was gonna be.
What's your? Do I get to pick one out? What's your robot finger collection? What's
butt thumbs? No.
Butt thumbs? No. Right.
Yeah.
What do you got for robot fingers? I have some strange, not strange. I have some facts for you.
Okay.
I know a couple people who turned down the role of Neo.
Oh, I love this. Who is it?
Will Smith.
Oh, I think
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage? Oh man, I'm so glad.
Right choices. I read other things that had like other people who they were thinking about. They actually turned it down though, so they were offered it.
Oh, they turned it down?
Yeah, because I saw like DiCaprio was one.
Okay.
I don't know that he was offered it.
Right.
Or just somebody they had in mind.
Yeah.
There were a couple other people.
I could have seen him doing that, yeah.
More than Nicolas Cage and Will Smith. That'd be a completely different movie.
Nicolas Cage sounds horrible, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And Will Smith might have been able to make it work, but...
He could have been Agent Smith.
Right.
or an agent,
Kind of right.
because they all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
You just had to give him
Yeah.
a little more hair than he has, but that's all right.
Yeah, but not as
And
Neo.
then, so I have some for Morpheus too.
Okay.
Sean Connery,
Okay.
Russell Crowe, and Samuel L. Jackson all turned down Morpheus.
They turned it down.
Yeah,
I could see Russell Crowe, Samuel Jackson, maybe.
I could see them all doing it.
Yeah.
Sean Connery would be a little older.
Right. More wise.
like-
yeah.
Yeah, but Fishburne can still I can't see Sean Connery doing the. It wouldn't look the
Right.
training karate scenes.
Right, the movie
Would
had
they
to be
had
different.
to do it different?
Yeah.
Would he have not fought Sean Connery? He'd fight some kind of.
Right. They'd have to write it
They'd
differently.
have some kind of other guy who's not real because he's a program. Fight
Right.
him or something.
Right.
Like that's not as cool though.
No, it isn't. No.
So another.
Yeah, they'd have to customize the movie for who the
Lawrence
actor
Fishburne's
is.
good. I mean, I could see Samuel L. Jackson do it, but
Russell Crowe. I wonder
he
if they
could do it too.
Yeah.
I could see him. He would be closer, I think, to what Lawrence Fishburne was.
Right. Yeah. And they're probably
It
around
would
the
have
same
been
age.
it would have been a
right?
similar. I feel like that would have
Yeah.
been. That's like a sideways move.
Yeah.
In my mind, they can both pull off that
Right.
even tempered
Yeah, I wonder-
philosophical type. But I don't like Samuel L. Jackson can't. He would have done it different. It would have been different.
Right. Have we seen Samuel L. Jackson do martial arts in movies before? I feel like
I don't think so. He
he
just
doesn't seem
swears a lot.
athletic.
Shoots guns.
Right, swearing and shooting. Right.
Really, all he wants to do.
Right. It would have been weird for him to just, say the F word in the Matrix or
know.
something. He would have had to say at some point.
Are there swears in it?
Not the
I
F
didn't
word.
think of it until.
I think it's PG-13, so it's like everything but that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to think of what happens when Mouse gets shot. I'm not gonna remember now.
What happened?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Tank says something, but I don't even think it's a swear.
Right.
It might have been though. Might have
can't
been an S
remember.
word.
Yeah, I think it might have been the S word. That.
When he realizes that it's a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he says crap or anything. I think it's something worse. Now I can't remember, and I just watched it, so that's how.
Wait, I mean, you have to
close I was
say some swears, or it just sounds ridiculous, right? Like you're killing people,
can-
you're fighting, but you don't. You're like, darn.
there. But I mean, they don't really.
Yeah.
They don't say a lot
No.
because swearing and screaming isn't necessarily cool. Like they were going for a
Right.
different kind of cool,
Right.
like this quiet, controlled.
Unflappable.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, you don't want to be the frantic guy that's.
right. Like just swearing and going crazy all the time. Like, oh, what the. Oh, the other one's.
That's not.
Here he goes again. Like,
That's not a cool move. Oh, I think I just like tore my hamstring.
and they're all like silent. He's giving them away all the time because he's swearing.
Right. That doesn't
Like the
work.
most like boisterous one was Cypher.
Yeah, he's a prick.
Well, yeah, but I mean, everyone else was kind of
So he sold them out.
monotone.
Right.
He had a little, which made him different, I guess.
You knew as soon as you saw him he was gonna be bad, right? He just had that look to him.
It pretty much.
It's the facial.
I remember, yeah, not trusting him the first time.
Yeah.
Even the scene when he's explaining, when he's at the computer, the main station there, just
Yeah.
watching the Matrix, and Neo comes up. He's like, "What? Is
Right.
that the Matrix?" Like
Yeah.
even that scene,
Like how do he was like how do you deal with
he's
that?
weird about it.
Yeah. And then he like clicked something
Which, I
off
mean,
on the screen real quick, like
They're trying to, yeah,
right.
it's a hint, I guess, but.
Yeah, he's like, well,
So, good job.
But you're thinking what I was thinking. Why didn't I take the blue pill? Yeah.
Right.
And he was like not seeing anything. Like, who's this guy?
Right.
Right. But
We're
then,
not friends.
then he sells him
talk
out
to
for like
you.
a steak or something, right? He's eating steak and then he's like,
Right. Well, he doesn't want to. He just wants to forget everything
right.
and
Just go back into the Matrix.
just be yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be
He
like,
wanted to be somebody,
like an
though, right?
actor or someone.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody important and not remember anything,
Right.
which they weren't gonna give him. I'm sure
No.
he would never know.
Right.
He'd just die.
It's just tired. You're just dead. I'm just
I
gonna
feel like
pay
they
you.
don't really make deals.
They don't
The
seem.
agents.
They don't seem like they're interested in your well-being at all.
I don't feel like that's the thing. It just,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't think they work that way.
Who was that? Joe Pantalonia or something like that? What was his name?
Sure, that sounds
Something
right.
like thing. Yeah.
Pantaleon?
Pantaleon, right.
Pantaloons? Joey Pantaloons.
I remember.
I think that's his name.
Hey, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Something like that.
I remember him in Bad Boys. He was in that. He was the super angry police captain or whatever. Yeah.
That's the one. See, him and Will Smith could have worked together again.
That's right. You can imagine getting Martin in there some kind of way. You can't have because Martin's always the same guy in every single movie. Always the
He only is him.
He's only
Martin.
He's not
He
so
doesn't
much.
actually act.
No, he's just they're just giving him surroundings to hang out in.
Yeah, I get it. I did read something interesting about how they filmed it because,
Okay.
you know, as an award-winning filmmaker myself,
You got some good films.
I won one award. Anyway, all the scenes that take place within the Matrix have like a green tint to them,
Okay.
as if you're watching through a computer monitor. Is how they explain.
Huh.
While the scenes in the real world have more of a blue tint.
Wow.
Supposed to be, yeah.
That's cool.
Blue is more of a real world color.
It's a green. So the green tint that's specific to 1999 too, right? Wasn't that like still a thing?
Well, because
like,
that's how the Matrix was too. Like
Right.
The,
Oh, okay,
the code
right.
was green.
Right.
Yeah, 99.
The computers hadn't advanced
Oh,
that
what was
much
that?
yet, right?
There was Windows by
25.
then.
Was there? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
out of high school. For,
Those computers that he was on, that
They look
Neo was
old.
on, and when he was still in the Matrix, they looked old.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, like, what did he? He gave him some diss to that shady guy, the mescaline guy with the
Yep.
his girlfriend was du jour or something.
Yeah.
I wonder what was on that disc. Like, what kind
Yeah,
of?
what kind of work is he doing? What's he
Right.
breaking?
Right.
into? What is he
Yeah.
hacking for him?
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
He's like, if you get caught with this, you don't know me or something like that. Right.
So I don't know. Is he? I don't know. He's hacking stuff, but I don't know what he's
Yeah.
giving him. Somebody's credit card numbers or something. Could be something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, the only other thing. So the one scene that isn't tinted is when Morpheus and Neo fight, because it's not in the real world or in the Matrix. It's a training. All the training program.
Okay.
They are tinted yellow.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah. I never even
That's
realized
a cool
that. That is
thing.
cool.
And I saw it, like reading that and then rewatching it. I
You can see that. Yeah.
looked for it. Yeah.
Right
so.
now, it makes sense.
But yeah, no, it's cool. I like weird stuff like
Yeah, it
that.
is weird.
So yeah, between that and that kind of stuff, and I mean that clearly planned every minute of that movie.
Right.
So which
Very meticulous about the detail.
is good.
In the second one, he meets so he meets the architect.
Okay.
So it was like the computers. I don't know. See, I don't know much about computer talk. Like the computers program or whatever that created all the Matrix.
Yep.
Or whatever that is. So, but it comes in the form of an old guy. So he ends up meeting the architect, and the architect tells him that. And Mr. Smith alluded to this. The Matrix has been done before, like 6 times over. Right?
Okay.
The world they had, and there's been.
Right, because he explains one in the first one about where they made it. At first,
Right.
they made it where everybody's super happy all
And
the
they
time.
kept waking up.
but
they
it
couldn't
didn't
accept
work
it,
because people like to be miserable.
Right. So that's the thing. So the architect explained to Neo, I've dealt with you before. There's been other ones.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like each iteration of the world has a
Right, because
one.
he called Neo an anomaly.
Yep. Okay.
So, which was just like a mathematical
Yeah.
thing that can happen. The way he explained Neo was like, we knew that you would come. You were just part of the equation. Or
Okay.
not part of the equation, whatever you want to look at. But, so the way it worked out for the other ones is where they all failed was they chose. There comes to a point where Neo, he needs to choose love, or does he need to choose, fighting for mankind, right? And the love aspect is Trinity. There's a fork in the road where he needs to save Trinity, or he needs to follow another route and pursue fighting the machines.
Oh, okay.
All the other ones chose fighting the machines to try and save mankind. Neo, obviously, chooses love, and that's where he ends up being able to eventually overcome the whole situation.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Interesting.
Right, yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but even when you're watching, you're like, don't choose Trinity, choose. What are you doing? Like, this is not gonna work out. But it made it work.
There's a good chance it won't work.
Right. Because she still dies too. I'm just giving it all away anyway.
That's fine.
All right.
It's a 20-year-old movie.
He's like, I got.
If you haven't seen it by now, it's your own fault. So
right.
If I haven't seen it, it's on me. It's my Keanu Reeves bias. I'm trying to break it.
He's good though. He doesn't seem to have aged too much. He's still doing John Wick. He's still the same guy, right? I mean, just shooting people up and somewhat athletic. He's pigeon-toed though, which I was pigeon-toed as a little boy.
Okay.
They put the little metal bar between my feet and everything. So I kind of root for him. I can see it in him, I spent the first 10 years of my mom and dad always crying, turn your feet out, boy. When you walk up the stairs, turn your feet. They were always going. So I had to make such a conscious effort to do that. And even sometimes I feel like if I'm getting tired, I start to lose. My feet might start to get a little weird. Yeah.
Interesting.
But
I didn't know that.
That was really badly pigeon-toed.
Huh.
But he is still, you can see it in him, right? Keanu Reeves. Maybe I just know what to look for, but you can see it. Yeah. Yeah, correct your feet, boy. I keep thinking about,
hey. Gotta fix your feet. The screen.
Right. Yeah. So that's the Matrix.
Matrix is alright. I don't know what else. But yeah, everything about it is cool. The whole concept, obviously, it's cool.
Yeah. No problems with it? Anything that didn't make sense story-wise? Yeah.
I don't think there is. I remember, I remember, when it was new, people didn't get it.
Right.
I never got. What do you not get?
Right.
They explain everything.
Yeah, they do. Even Denny,
there's no mysteries.
Denny, who suggests this movie, still didn't quite get it. He was asking me about it.
What did you not get?
He asked me about, something about if stuff happens. He asked me which one is the real world and which one isn't. And I'm like, what do you mean? The real world is
the plug in the back
dark world. Yeah, then. You know what I mean? But he still couldn't quite get it. I don't know, maybe it had been a while for him.
Huh.
But you're right. A lot of people during that time didn't understand
get it.
What is not to understand? I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe all that music is disorienting. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on. Plus, you gotta think, so our age, what? So we're 21, 22, 20, 25, whatever it was during that time. I don't know about you, but I know a lot of the people my age that were watching that movie, they were using substances and smoking marijuana, so they were naturally messed up anyways going to watch it. So of course you're not gonna get it, right? Half of my knuckleheaded friends were doing stuff.
Watching it with a clear mind.
Right. It's not super intellectual. It's not hard to get.
I mean, yeah, I never got the issue with that. Machines take over the world. It's plenty. Right. It's Terminator. What?
Right. You're in the dream world.
It's just not.
It's Terminator. Right.
Arnold's not in it. They won. They just won.
They won. They did too.
The rebellions are much smaller.
Right. There's no John Connor.
Oh, it's Neo.
Right. Yeah.
But the resistance is only 5 people, not a little army in the other one, because the people are still fighting it. In this, the machines won.
Right.
They already went.
Done.
It could be the same. It could. I'm just making this up on spot. You could even make it the same universe if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas this is much later, and the machines finally win. John Connor doesn't win.
Right.
The
That's
machines
true.
win. You don't need
Like hundreds of
Terminators
years
now.
in the
Now they got
future.
them, and they're all in pods, and there's no people
Right. So
running around fighting Terminators anymore. We're
That'd
past that. I don't need
that'd be cool.
Terminators.
So the people in the Matrix could make reference to, Terminator times.
Let's bring it all together.
Right? Why not? Yeah.
Right.
They show Zion in the other movies.
They do.
Yeah, the Capitol.
You know, hide a T-1000 somewhere. Just show a pile of them or something.
The problem I have with Zion is when they get there, it's like it looks like they're in a third world or something. They're just all like wearing loincloths
Oh, really?
and stuff. Like it's just what the heck? Why don't you just have regular clothes? Why?
Well, back to basics.
Right. I know, and they're like dancing and doing all this tribal, like, you know what I mean? This weird. There's no industrial music. That's all like beating on big drums.
Oh,
and
really?
It's like they. Whatever.
What are you doing?
I don't need that part of it. You know what I mean?
They go to Wakanda. All right, so it's also Black
Wakanda
Panther.
was way cooler than the Zion, though, right?
That's too far of a stretch. The Terminator one, I can wrap my sci-fi brain around.
Alright.
I know that's weird. I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, so I can't.
Right. They're jumping, there's mud flying everywhere. It was almost like they were trying to play up the whole we're human type of thing more than.
Yeah,
But you need to go that far.
I guess right. You
Just
don't
be
need to go
right.
that
We
far.
get it. Yeah.
Just don't have phones. Don't have
Right.
machines everywhere.
Right. That's roughing it enough.
That's roughing it. Right.
Yeah. You don't got the
Still live in
internet.
a house or whatever.
Right.
You can still
Right.
pave the streets.
Yeah.
Not throw mud everywhere.
Yeah. You don't need
Go
to
wear normal clothes.
Right. You don't have to be exposed all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Alright, now I want my Matrix Terminator tie-in. Get
Yeah,
Arnold,
that's good. I like that.
Arnold and the Wachowskis on the phone.
Are they still around? Have they done anything lately?
I don't know. I don't know that one.
They didn't do Equilibrium, right? With Christian Slater? And Christian Bale.
Bale. No, they
That was
didn't. They didn't. But that's funny that we both thought that one was first.
Right, I thought it was first.
But it wasn't. It's just not as well done. They didn't have as much money.
And they
I
just
think it's European, right? I don't
had
think
a feel
Equilibrium's
to it,
not
right.
an American movie, so it's Equilibrium's
but it was,
equally
I thought
good,
it was good, yeah.
or close
right.
anyway.
You can't just directly piggyback off into a movie like that and expect it to be huge, right?
Right. Like I don't know that it was in theaters. Like
I felt like it was straight to DVD disc.
right DVD disc in America. It was like a
Right.
I don't know where it was from,
Because Christian Bale, I mean, was that before he was
but
big,
it was before
right?
Batman.
Yeah.
So he had only been in Newsies and
When was he in The Machinist? You seen that one?
I don't know
He
what's
got
first. I
super
guess.
scrawny in that one.
Right. He lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right, what they're but it's the same kind of what do they call it? Gun kata.
Oh.
Right, that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of stuff though, right?
That's
Where
cool.
they're like
Right.
getting out of the way of bending all over the place.
I
getting
never
out of the way
knew there
of
was a
bullets.
name for that.
Gun kata.
Right, like the movie Wanted, right? And,
Yeah. Where they're like, is that the one where they bend it by
Yeah.
throwing them?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Gun Kata. So in a way, that's like the series, The Gunslinger, Stephen King series. I never
is
knew
it?
what word to put to it, but
So The Machinist is 2004. Equilibrium was 2002.
okay, just a couple years after.
So yeah, he had really only been in, he had done American Psycho already.
Mm-hmm.
And Newsies.
I never saw Newsies.
It's a musical.
Oh.
He's like a kid. It's a Disney movie.
Oh, okay.
He's a newspaper.
Oh, all
But
right.
yeah, he's singing and dancing and stuff. That's the joke.
Yeah, I can't really
That's
mess
where
around.
it started from.
I don't
But
think
yeah, he had done American Psycho.
I never
and-
watched a musical.
And Reign of Fire.
Oh, him and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I loved Reign of Fire.
That's a good movie. Yeah. That could be a rewatchable one too, right?
That's right up our alley for this.
Yeah.
I feel like The Matrix is almost too good for us,
Right.
for our podcast.
Yeah.
But maybe we're just getting more highbrow. That's all. It's all right.
Right.
You can mix in a few classics every
Yeah.
once in a while.
You talked about one last night, The Last of the Mohicans.
Last week.
I let slip through the cracks.
It's all right.
It sounds like ridiculous that I didn't watch that. Now that I think
Well,
about it.
it's not as action packed as The Matrix,
That's all right.
but it's good.
Yeah, gotta be diverse. So yeah, I can wrap up the Matrix. Did you you want to discuss our bracket real quick? Tournament time?
I don't know. Do we?
It looking kind of ugly, but it's coming back around.
In a way, we're okay, right?
Yeah.
So, right. I know we've taken some social media heat from Scott from work about our bracket, but
we're still in there.
ultimately,
Yeah.
it's coming back around.
I know that the top left hand of the bracket. There's no one in the country that could have guessed any of that. So,
Nobody's got Kansas State, Loyola, Chicago, and Florida State.
Unless, like you said last night, you had a good theory of how that could work out for someone.
If a guy went to Kansas State and his wife went to Loyola Chicago,
Right.
they're the only people that have them.
You have to have a direct tie to it.
Right. Oh yeah, they're gonna go all the way. Right. That's the only way that I can think of. So, right. Even though I thought Loyola Chicago could win, and I got talked out of that one. I didn't think they were going to go this far.
Not that far, but yeah.
I thought that one or two maybe. I didn't see this coming. Now I hope they can go.
So now it's
at least beat Kansas State, because now for Kings and Nunwise we want Michigan. We have Michigan Villanova for those who are not aware.
Right. We got
so
Michigan
our
Villanova.
finals are still in play.
So we want the path of least resistance, right?
So for us, yeah, I mean,
you got to figure
Michigan should be able to beat any of the. Right. They should get to the.
Because Gonzaga got bounced out too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got, Kansas State is a 9, Loyola Chicago's an 11, and Florida State's a 9, and then they're a 3. So clearly they've beaten good teams to get there.
But eventually, the luck's got to run out.
It has to. I mean, I don't know who's so. I mean, right. Florida State beat Gonzaga by 15. It's not like it was close.
Right. That's impressive.
That is actually impressive. I'm trying to see the rest of their path. They beat Xavier by 5. So they beat the 1 and the 1 and the 4. That's pretty good, actually.
It's pretty solid.
Who else? What else did they do? Where's Florida State? So they beat Missouri in the 8-9. Then they beat Xavier, who's the 1, and then they beat Gonzaga as the 4. So
that's some good wins, though.
That's some good wins.
Yeah. Could be tough for Michigan.
And I mean, over on the other side, we had St. Bonaventure, not Texas Tech, but otherwise we're solid. Villanova, we had Press Virginia. Purdue. We did not have Texas Tech. We had St. Bonaventure, who was our Cinderella team.
So what do you think of, though?
On the other side, we still have Kansas and Duke.
Right. Those are good games.
So, and then out of that, we had Villanova, Purdue, Kansas, and we did Michigan State, who we can't. But we can still have 3 of those. Depending on what happens tonight, we could be. That would be 1, 2, 3.
So it's Villanova versus West Virginia?
4, yeah.
Does that scare you, though?
For who?
For our bracket. West Virginia, you think they can take out Villanova? No?
I don't think they can.
No.
Let me see what they... I mean, they had to beat Marshall and Murray State. So they got lucky in a way that Marshall upset with Wichita State.
Right.
They haven't had to play a
big test. Yeah.
A big test, whereas, and I mean, Villanova's a 1, so they played Radford first. It's not a big one, but they beat the crap out of Alabama, 81-58. So,
right.
I mean, we'll see. That's tonight, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm still confident for the Purdue Villanova best 2 offenses in the country game to happen. And then I don't know. Kansas and Duke so far have been good.
Right.
I'll pull for Syracuse whenever I can, but
I think that.
the 2-3 can't last forever.
Right.
Duke has the shooters to beat it.
Right.
That's what it comes down
thing,
to.
right?
I mean, that's how you beat it.
Right. I was still amazed that in this day and age, though, it just seems like 2 or 3 should not be able to work.
That the zone
right?
shouldn't be able to work.
Everybody can shoot now. Everybody's athletic, and
Yeah, I mean,
still catches people by surprise. It seems like.
right. Right, and I don't know if it's a thing. I mean, do you think it could be something that, like, well, they play zone? We don't have to. We'll just knock down our shots and.
That's it. All right, we got this. Yeah.
Yeah, we can beat a zone team.
Right.
Or Michigan State or whoever,
Right.
But no, everything they do is towards the basket and getting to the line. Like that's a Michigan State thing for years. Like they're not
That's the thing.
shooters. If you think of who their like pros have been, they're usually,
They're not shooters, right?
They're usually big guys and guys that can handle. I mean,
guys that can slash.
Draymond can slash and get to the basket.
Denzel Valentine.
Team Cleaves was not shooting.
No.
Just passing. Right.
Denzel
Valentine scores a lot, but it's at the basket.
Right.
They're not.
That's true.
It's their style.
Yeah.
But it works. They're always tough.
Right, yeah.
Like that's their thing.
The coach.
Izzo imprints that on them. But I mean, Syracuse is also in their same way, and Boeheim recruits
for the system.
For his system,
right?
They're always got these long-armed guys getting in passing lanes and making it. They just make it hard.
Yeah.
I mean, the zone can be hard if you have the right guys. He's gonna be long.
Right. Right, long.
So go find some long guys.
Right.
He doesn't really care if they can shoot or not.
And then, I mean, once the game gets messy like that, it just seems like it plays on the other team, in the head.
Psychologically, yeah.
So, and these guys are young. I mean, they're not going to be
right.
Cold as ice like pros. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get into a 19-year-old's head, and he could be done for the whole game.
Yeah, and very rarely. I mean, because like kids that they get I feel like kids that go to Syracuse. I mean, once in a while, like they have Carmelo, obviously, but they don't. I don't know the stats, but I doubt their recruiting class is ever like top 5.
Right.
Because kids don't want to go play a zone.
No.
And do what they do. So for the kids that he gets are the second tier level guys.
Right.
So they usually don't come out. So he always has upperclassmen. He's facing these teams that have the one and done kids.
Right.
And yeah, if you can rattle them.
Right.
And most of the one and done kids haven't learned how to shoot yet.
Right.
You develop that in college at that level anyway.
Right.
You get in the tournament, you're facing these juniors and seniors, and
right. That's the thing.
You'd have to be really special to be able to.
Right.
I mean, unless you have a team of jump shooters, which that's what they're facing. I mean, Grayson Allen can shoot, and he's a senior.
Right. It's funny that you said that because I just heard somebody was interviewing Mike Krzyzewski from Duke, and he kind of said the same thing, that he has to coach differently now because he's coaching a lot of just one and doners.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day when he was coaching, upperclass and Bobby Hurley types, they had the capacity to take on more. They were more detail oriented. You know what I mean? He had 4 years of development, right?
They're not ready
so
for
the
that.
coaching style is a switch. But Jimmy Boeheim has, like you said,
it's kind
the
of
chance to coach older players. Is
I feel
different.
like it happens more for him than it does for Krzyzewski,
right?
Or Calipari or those guys.
That's good though. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
In the college game, you have juniors and seniors that have been playing together a while. It's going to be different,
Right.
It's a team.
It's one of those, like, it's this weird, they're in this weird spot because it's still Syracuse.
Right.
Like, they're still a top flight school.
Right. They get
top level.
Right.
All that. You just got to play zone.
Right.
And, kids that want to go to the NBA after a year, they don't want to do that. They just want to go shoot.
Right.
They just want to play. It's a stepping stone.
Right.
They're only not in the NBA because they're not allowed to.
That's it. Right. It's 1 year.
So they're not going to go learn 2-3 zone for a year.
No.
It's going to be kids that are committed to staying more than likely.
Right.
So you get the best. I'm sure he tries to get the best kids that are going to stay. So
Right. Yeah,
it works out for him. And once in a while he does. I mean, but I don't know another one other than
everyone like them.
like Carmelo.
Right.
He's
right.
the
Big
only
super
one that I
talent.
saw him
Right.
that I've seen
I feel like there's like no one in the league now else from Syracuse, right? In the NBA,
in the NBA.
I could think of that jumps out at you.
Right. I mean, that team had
Ennis, what's
Had-
the guy's name? Tyler Ennis.
Tyler Ennis.
I think he's
Is he there?
yeah he's on one of these. I just saw the name
he?
in the paper the other day,
No.
but he's a 4-point.
I'm trying to think of who else has been good since So yeah, the Carmelo team had Carmelo and Hakeem Warwick,
Yeah.
who are both pros. I don't know if Warwick came out early or not. I don't remember. Carmelo was a one and done guy.
Yeah.
But after that, Jason Hart was there. He was another
Okay.
point guard.
Yeah.
But right, I don't feel like
Nobody great.
and like who was the crap? What's his name? Who's the guy? The Celtics had him
Fab
and
Melo.
he died. Yeah, Fab Melo.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. That's a thing in their favor. I don't know. I could be completely off. They could be starting 5 sophomores. I have no idea. Honestly, I haven't been able to follow it as much. But I know.
But no, I think you're right. I think there's some upperclassmen
But I
in
know
there.
historically that's
It's a thing.
a thing for Syracuse is that they do usually.
Now, who are they playing? Duke?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, Bagley's tough. And it's Duke. I mean,
Right.
but right,
They can
Grayson
shoot.
Allen can shoot. They have shooters.
Right.
I mean,
They've been to
Krzyzewski's.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, huh?
I said they've been to 7-Eleven.
They don't even have those kind of shooters. They have different kinds of shooters. But right, they're coached. I mean, everything
Right.
is. Krzyzewski
He'll have a
knows
plan.
what he's doing.
Right.
But right, they're not just a bunch of athletes. Like some of the teams are just full
Right.
of these athletes, and
Yeah.
they just go out, athleticize you. But right, they have real good at basketball guys.
Right.
There's always
that's
one
good
or
at
two
basketball.
of them.
Yep.
Whether it's Reddick or Grayson Allen is one, or even when they had like Greg Paulus. I know he wasn't
Right.
a pro, but in college he was.
Right. And they have a lot of guys that are really good at college ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of smart little guards who aren't going anywhere else.
You have to be smart to go to that school, right? That's a smart school, isn't it?
Duke's a smart guy school, yeah.
Smart.
Smart guy college. I don't know if there's really a dumb guy college, but yeah,
Right.
you got to be. I believe so.
You got to take real courses at least.
I believe
right?
you do.
Yeah.
I believe you do. I think they graduate pretty well there.
Yeah. The basket weaving.
Right. No history. What Greg Oden's was history of rock and roll. He took it. Ohio State. Like, what are you doing here? You're a 45-year-old man. Oh, no, I'm 19.
All right, so we're looking at we still got Villanova left. We need
Yeah, for our bracket.
yeah.
For our bracket, Villanova,
Michigan.
Purdue, and Duke we have for tonight's games.
Right.
And then for what last night we had
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan's the only hope up there. Everybody else is 9s and 11s.
Right. They look good. They clobbered Texas.
Michigan.
Yeah, was it Texas A&M or Texas Tech? Texas A&M. They clobbered them. Yeah.
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 I know it wasn't. It wasn't that hard for them. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Texas A&M 99-72. So, yeah. Hopefully they can keep pushing through. It's funny, by the time that this actually goes out, we'll be much further along, right? When's the
Right,
finals?
we'll have an answer to it.
I
Yeah.
know. So yeah, the finals are the 2nd. So the final 4 will already be decided the day before
Right.
the day before this goes out. But hey, that's how we roll, Kings and None.
All right.
So yeah, that's the Matrix, man. Matrix and bracket update.
Good stuff.
All right,
Solid. All
Kings and
right.
None out.
We out.